Now let's keep going and let's talk about concurrency, because certainly I know some of the customers I work with have thousands of users and have millions and millions of queries they run per day, 30 million plus queries per day. And they're looking to me and looking to, for me with the R&D team to say, how can we make a system that can support thousands and thousands of people running millions and millions of query in one system efficiently? And this really comes down to improved control of all the resource types in the system. So we have in Greenplum 7 a comprehensive resource management program that's integrated natively into Greenplum and dynamically modifiable on the fly, both by DBAs and by rules that DBAs can create. So what we can do is we can control all aspects from concurrency, queuing, CPU, memory, disk, disk space, and really have a comprehensive control. One of the things that we've improved in GP7 is the memory management model. And the idea is just to make it simpler, right? How much memory are you allocating for each group? How many queries in the group, and slice it up evenly, right? So we really made this simple. And when it comes to disk IO is a new control. So we, in GP6, we had disk space quotas, and we still have disk space quotas, but now we have disk IO throughput controls, so that you can say, for example, my ad hoc group, I want to really put a limitation on, how much of the disk IO they can take. So really all of the aspects, and before I give it to Frank to comment, the bypass, short query bias, also known as, the idea here is that you've got, let's say, a user running in some groups who may be running 30 queries. Each query takes half an hour, doing massive computation, but then they want to run a couple of quick queries. So this is a known principle in computer science, that to make the interactive queries responsive, you need to let the interactive queries skip ahead and run quickly, and let the long queries take their sweet time. So this is called short query bias, which helps us to really, when I'm talking about millions of queries, it can be combinations of really quick queries and big long queries. And we will automatically detect based on cost, based on, is it a catalog query, based on, is it going to only one segment? And based on these rules, automatically skip through the fast queries. So Frank, anything you want to say on concurrency and resource management?
Yes, for sure. Again, I believe we made the life of the DBA easier, because we can acknowledge, for instance, for the memory management, it was complex. I really love the I/O limitation, because we can limit in terms of throughput, but also in terms of IOPS. We can also limit, because we can place object on table space. So I think the functionality is really great. And again, when we are talking, about concurrency, this is usually a problem for MPP solution. And we have use case with Greenplum where we can have very high concurrency. I have use case with hundreds of streams concurrently running, plus analysts and data scientists. So again, all these functionality are making the product pretty unique.
This is a competitive advantage. The idea that you could have, huge user populations running millions of queries a day on one database is pretty competitive to all products in the market.